welcome back to my channel. This video is gonna be my shop my stash for the next 2 weeks. Let's just go ahead and get through this. If you don't know what shop my stash is, it's basically where I go through my everyday makeup drawer. I keep things in here, I take some stuff out, and then I go through my collection and pick new items to use for the next 2 weeks. It's a way for me to rotate through my makeup. Although I do have quite a bit of new makeup, so we'll have to see how this one goes this time around. But let's go ahead and get through this. I'll talk first about the products that were in here for the past 2 weeks. I do have some declutters and some stuff I just want to move out, and then we'll go through the new makeup or pick out some other makeup for the week. Let's start with powders. I do have the Wet n Wild Color Icon Reserve Your Cabana over here. I did use this guy as a finishing powder. It is okay, but I do have other finishing powders that I really like in my collection. So honestly, I think I am gonna go ahead and declutter this guy. The formula is super powdery. I put my brush in here and then just goes everywhere, but it's a really good product. Like if you really are curious about a kind of like a glowy finishing powder, this would be a good option. But for me, with how much I have, I think this is gonna be a declutter. Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder. I really love this. It's not going anywhere, it's just getting moved out. Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact. Actually, I didn't use this guy at all because I was using the Rimmel Stay Matte, like the loose one, and I really like this guy, and I actually put it in a project, like a panning project, so I might keep it in here just so I can get some more use out of it. I really like it, so I'm gonna keep this in here, and this I'm gonna pull out. And the same with this guy, I am gonna pull out. This is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. I did definitely create a large dip in here. I use these two the most. I would set under my eye with this guy, and then I go and bake with this. It was like a bulletproof combo. That's that for powder. Let's go ahead and move on to bronzers. Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. I really love this guy. I'm gonna pull it out as well. And this is the other Wet n Wild powder, but this is a bronzer, and this is the Ticket to Brazil. I have a feeling I want to declutter this guy as well. The same thing, it's really beautiful. It has a really nice glow to it. It's not shimmery by any means, but it has a glow to it. There it is right there, but the formula is so powdery, it creates like a big old mess. I do like it more than I like that powder though. Let's see, I'm gonna put it to the side because I might declutter that guy, but I also do like it, so I don't know. It is still so powdery, makes it hard to use. That's the only thing. This is the e.l.f. Golden Bronzing Palette. This guy is pretty glowy as well. Honestly, I think I only used this once, but I do like it. I am gonna go ahead and keep it. I have another bronzer in here. Yes, I do have the Wet n Wild Queen's Landing. This was a limited edition bronzer. So it's really nice, super pigmented, and I do want to keep this guy. I think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this one. Yeah, I'm gonna declutter it. It's big, it's bulky. I mean, it's good, but yeah, wow, it says expiration date 09/2017. I didn't realize there was expiration dates on here, and this is 02/2017. Okay, it's time for these to go. I've had them for way too long. Let's talk about highlighters. I do have these two from Wet n Wild, and I'm gonna keep both of them. Precious Petal, and this is Winter Falls in LA. This is not like an everyday highlighter, but I do like it for the occasional like weird highlight kind of day. So I'm gonna keep these, but they're coming out of here. Essence Pure Nude Sunlighter. I really like this guy. I'm gonna pull it out as well. And then the Halo Highlighter by AOA Studio. I think this is Cupcake? Blissful. The shade is Blissful. This is intense. This is like really intense. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and move it out. I'm thinking maybe I want to get rid of it. No, I'm gonna keep it because I do like the formula quite a bit. I like that formula, so I am gonna keep that highlighter. Wet n Wild Pearlescent Pink blush, Rosé Champagne, also blush, and apricot in the middle. I do like all three. I'm gonna keep all three. I'm gonna keep quite a bit, but there's few declutters. Rimmel Maxi blush, I did really like this guy. Essence Satin Touch blush, I really did like this guy. And I do have the, was it like Flights of Fancy or something like that? It was some sort of bird collection from Wet n Wild. I have the Hummingbird Hype, Don't Flatter Yourself, and Dare to Soar. I did use these two quite a bit. This guy I did not use at all. Kind of intimidated by how hot pink it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. I'm ready to rotate my drawer. Okay, we'll talk about concealers real quick. I did a full face of Charlotte Tilbury, so that's why this mascara is in here, just to remind myself that it's open. I didn't use it other than for that video, so I tried to stick, or I did stick to my $5 and under makeup. So I did not have an eye primer under $5, so I did use this e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer as an eye primer, and I really liked it. But I'm ready to put back my MAC paint pot in here. I don't want that to dry out, so I'm gonna pull this guy out. I am gonna pull out the Rimmel Stay Matte Concealer, e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. I'm gonna pull it out as well. And I am gonna go ahead and pull out the LA Girl Pro Conceal. All of these I do like. This one is not my absolute favorite, but it did work. I mean, it was decent. I did use this Wet n Wild Makeup Glow makeup stick. Actually, I did really like it for contouring. I was really surprised by how much I liked it. I don't know who I was watching once, and they compared it to the Milk like contour stick that was the shade Baked. I don't know, I don't own that one, but I did really like this guy. This ColourPop single shadow I am gonna pull out, and this is in Bow Down. It's a beautiful shade. I didn't choose this Essence Metal Shock eyeshadow, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. Let's do a couple of these. I know I'm gonna declutter this AOA Studio Sculpting Brow Pencil. This was too dry. It was really hard to use. It just, in the shape of it is, actually now it's working really nicely. Guess just needed a little bit of pressure. Let's go ahead and keep it for one more round and see how I like it. I am gonna pull out the e.l.f. Mix to Match Adjuster. This guy is perfect for adjusting my makeup, like my foundation shades, especially when I self-tanned. e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. I used so much out of this. I was like really surprised, and I did really like it. So I am gonna pull it out. There's not a lot left in there. Might need to put it in a project so I can finish it up. Let's talk about the lips, and then we'll go on to foundations and that stuff. Okay, for lips, I know I will be decluttering this one. This is the Essence, I don't know, 03 BFF. I am gonna declutter this guy. The formula just didn't feel very right anymore. It was like patchy on the lips, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it. I think it's on the older side in my collection. I am also gonna be decluttering this e.l.f. What is it called? Rosy Go Round. This too did not, like, it wasn't my favorite on the lips, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter. It was also kind of on the patchy side, so I'm gonna declutter this guy. Wait, was it this one that I wanted to declutter? No, not this one. I do want to keep this guy. I am keeping this AOA Studio one. I'm gonna keep the e.l.f. Matte Lip Color. This is one that I was not very sure about, because the shade, I did not like the shade on my lips kind of at all. It was too pink. So that's that one. I think I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to it for a little bit longer to see how I feel about it, but yeah. And these are staying, like I said. This one was one that I considered decluttering because the shade, I don't remember it being this like grayishy purple, I don't know. Wasn't my favorite, but I guess this is really good for a day that I'm doing like a cool tone look. let's go ahead and keep this one. And these are just gonna get moved out. I did use all of them. Let's see, which one is this? Is this the B52? Yeah, this is B52. I did like it a lot more than I like this. Well, we're just gonna move them out. So the only two I'm decluttering are these two, one by Essence and one by e.l.f. All right, for foundation, the LA Color Truly Matte. I was really impressed by this guy. I am keeping it. AOA Studio Wonder Skin Illuminating Primer. Honestly, I did not use this guy, not even a one time, but I am gonna go ahead and pull it out of here. I have two more foundations in here. I have the Maybelline Fit Me's, one matte and poreless and one dewy and smooth. I did really like the combination of these two, so I am gonna hold on to these. I have Essence Prime in Studio HD Hydra Primer Spray. This guy was nice as a primer. I wouldn't recommend it as a setting spray, but as a primer, it was pretty good. Okay, I know I want to hold on to this one for sure. This one was one of my favorites. Oh, there's one more. I was like... Okay, and there's this one. This one was one of my favorites. I felt like it was really kind of unique. That blue in here was a little bit unique in my collection, so I do want to hold on to this one. The one that I know for sure I want to declutter is this one. This is the Stop Ruffling My Feathers. It was so difficult to work with. The same with this shadow. Let me just show you like the hard pen, and I had to really scrape. I don't know if you can tell, but I had to scrape on the side, and that's how I was able to use it. And the same with this guy, but the colors in here are just not very unique in my collection, so I am going to go ahead and declutter this. I will also be decluttering this e.l.f. one. This is the Flawless Eyeshadow. I didn't reach for it at all. I pulled it out one day to use it, and I was like, nah, I'm good. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that. I'm really considering decluttering this guy. I did use it for quite a few looks. I have a really large dip in here. But in reality, this is not very unique. I mean, these shades are really beautiful though. Like, that's the only reason I'm holding on to it, is 3 shades. But I think I do have shades like this in my collection, and it wouldn't just make sense to hold on to it just for these shades. So I think this is gonna be a declutter as well. This one, I guess if I were to choose between this one and the other one to keep, I would keep this one. I was really surprised at how beautiful this pink kind of looked all over the lid, and a little bit in the crease. But again, this is kind of formula, like just touching it right now, I hit hard pan. So I don't know what's up with this formula. Is it just me? Do you guys experience the same thing with these Wet n Wild ones? Let me know. But I had to like really scrape at it. I think I'm gonna let it go. I do have pinks in other palettes, and I do have a lot of gold and this kind of color, so I think I'm gonna let this one go. Wow, I feel so good about that. So the only one that I'm keeping is this one, just because it's so unique. Like this purple shade in here, although it was very hard to work with, it was very unique. And I did really like this blue in the crease, so I'm gonna keep this one. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clean out this mess, and then let's go ahead and shop my stash for new items for the next 2.5 weeks to use. All right, guys, let's go ahead and shop my stash for new makeup to use for the next 2 weeks. Oops, sorry about that. I do have a couple new foundations, but I think I want to do like maybe one new, one old. The one foundation that I really want to try is this Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation. I want to pull this in from new foundations, and I might as well go ahead and pull in the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I'm going to pull both of these in, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull in older primer. I really want to try this Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder, so I'm gonna pull this guy in. Let's see what in here screams my name. How about we try this guy? It's the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. Sky might be a little bit too light for me, so we're gonna have to pull in another concealer that would match, or that's not as bright. So I'm gonna pull this concealer in. Ooh, should we do, don't know which blush I want to pull in. Ooh, let's do these lip products by Milani. I keep hearing people rave about them, and I haven't tested them out yet. They are, what are they called? They're called Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper, and I have the shade, what shade is this? Where's the shade? Luminoso and Natural Luster. I'm gonna pull these two in. Let's go into the next drawer down, and then we might go back here for some blushes. I do have quite a few new blushes. Let's go to the next new makeup drawer. From here, I know I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pull in some new eyeshadow palettes, and then I'm gonna pull in an older one. So for new, I'm gonna pull both of these in because I think they would go really well together. I think they're meant to go really well together. So I'm gonna pull both of these in. We'll go ahead and like do swatches and stuff like that when we put everything back in the drawer. I want to do this nude sticks. Is this one? This is the one that I want. Bondi Babe, like the cream bronzer. I want to pull this in. I can't wait to play with it. I want to pull in this palette. The Cover FX Perfector Face Palette. It has, I think, 2 blushes, 2 highlighters. Or maybe 1 blush. They call both of these highlighters, brightener, finishing powder, and contour. Let's pull it in. Let's see what we think about this. Okay, let's do one of these highlighters. I have this one by Tarte. This is Temptress. I think I'm going to do the Persona one. Zuma by Persona. I'm going to pull this highlighter in. And let's see. I need a blush. I need a couple blushes. Okay, I think for blushes I'm gonna do, let's do one of the luminous blushes by e.l.f. They had sent me the wrong shade, and then they sent me the correct shade. One is Radiant Peach and one is Brilliant Mauve. Let's do the peach, the Radiant Peach. I think I want to do this one. I think this might be it from new, like all the lip products. Oh, let's do this guy. Actually got these in a, can't remember if it was BoxyCharm or what. Tristique Lip Prime and Color Lip Glaze. Glacé? I don't know. Something. I think that's a lip primer. I'm going to pull this in. And I also got this from a Sephora Play, which I've canceled now. This is by Bite Beauty, and this is the shade Chai. Was this in a Sephora Play? Or was this their birthday gift? I can't remember. But I'm going to pull this in. So now I have a couple lip products. And then we'll just shop my stash for some other lip products. I'm trying to make a dent in here. Actually, this is the one that I think came in a BoxyCharm. Or, sorry, Sephora Play. Let's pull this in too. This is Bite Maple. Okay. I think that might be it from here from the new makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and get some stuff from like older makeup in my collection. Okay, now let's go ahead and pick a setting spray. I think for setting spray, I really like this Milani one. I bought a couple backups of it, so I think I'm gonna pull this in. Milani Make It Last. I really like this guy, so I'm gonna pull this in. I think just the one setting spray should be enough. Okay, let's go to primers. For primers, like I said, I want to pull in, like I pulled in a new one, and I want to pull in one older one. I think, honestly, I want to pull in my, and this is put to the side because it's in a project, my Tatcha, the Silk Canvas Primer. I have the full size, and I have a baby one that I take with me on travel. I've used both of them, but I think I'm going to bring in the full size one. I think I should leave this here so I don't forget about it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my full-size Tatcha primer. That gives me two primers. There's that vitamin enriched face base, and then this one. I think that should be enough. I don't need any other primers. So let's go ahead and choose. Do I need a face palette? I just picked out a face palette. Maybe we'll skip face palettes. Alrighty, we're in the face palette section. I think I'm gonna go ahead and skip this drawer because I did pick out a face palette in a really long time. This is by 8 Cosmetics, and this is a contour, a blush, and a highlight. Let's bring in this guy. Now that gives me, I can still pick up a couple blushes from my blush drawers because I only have like 2, 3. Okay, let's move on to the next drawer down. This is one of the eyeshadow palettes. I think I'm gonna skip this one. From older eyeshadow palettes. Let's see, because I really kind of want to use the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, which I haven't touched in a long time. Do I do that? No, let's go ahead and do this one. I had my eyes on this one. The Dream Street palette. I'm going to go ahead and pull in the Dream Street palette. I used it when I first bought it and then I just didn't touch it again. That's it for eyeshadow palettes. Let's move on to blushes. Let's pick up a couple more blushes for the next 2 weeks. Before we get into pulling in another blush or a couple more blushes, let's go ahead and do foundation. I only have one picked out. I do want to pick another one out. And I think I want to bring in... How about we bring in this guy, the Flower Beauty Light Illusion. It was talked about a lot and now it's being talked about again. And I kind of like, I really want to pull it in again. This is in the shade Warm Beige L4. Hopefully it'll be a good match. And it's not too light. So let's pull in this guy. And I think I would like to pull in... a concealer, another concealer, since we only have the one. I just had these recently, so I want to pull in something I haven't used. Oh, I really like this guy, a Flawless Concealer. I want to pull in this one, and then how about we pull in, for a more full coverage look, I think I want to pull in this one, the 8 Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eyes. I have 2 of them. Gotta make sure I get the right shade. I have one in the shade medium and one is light natural. This one is not open, so let's not pull this in. Let's pull in this one, the shade light natural. I think that's enough concealers. 3 concealers, that's pretty good. Foundation, 2 foundations, I think that's pretty good. Do I want to pull in anything else from here? How about we pull in this guy, the Laura Geller. I haven't used it in a long time. This is the Bake, Bounce, and Brighten Color Correcting Foundation. The shade is Golden Medium. So this might balance out this foundation if it's too light. So let's pull this guy in. Now let's go ahead and move to blushes. Okay, for blushes, I only have 2 so far, like one single and one that's in that Cover FX palette. I think I'm gonna pull in a loose blush. I haven't used a loose blush in a really long time. I have these 2 by Bare Minerals. One is the shade Luxury and one is Golden Gate. I think they're not open. Oh, it is open. Let me see the other one. Is it open as well? Yep, both are open. I think I'm gonna go for Golden Gate. Well, it looks a little bit too dark. Let's do Luxury. Let's pull this one in. I do want to pull a couple more in. I think I want to pull in let's do, how how about we do one of these? Looks like a Laura Geller theme. Tropic Hue, I have Tropic Hues and Peach Delight. Can't remember which one came in BoxyCharm. Oh, this one came in BoxyCharm, Tropic Hues. Let's do the Tropic Hues one. And then one more. I think I want to pull in. What's this one? This is a trio. Pink Passion. I don't think I've used this one. You know what? I'm gonna pull in this one. It's been a really long time. Rocket Tour. I remember loving this guy. So I'm gonna pull in this guy. It looks like now I have a variety of blushes like mauves, neutrals. So I think that is good for blushes. Yeah, I think this is good. Let's go ahead and move on now. My last drawer down is eyeshadow palettes. I do have 3 eyeshadow palettes, so I think I don't want to pull in anything from here. Yeah, I think I have enough that I shouldn't need to pull anything from here. I kind of really wanted to pull in this NARS Narcissus because I keep seeing the new NARS eyeshadow palettes and I'm like, well, I have one and they're not cheap, but I think I have enough palettes, like 2 Pat McGrath and 1 ColourPop. I'm good. No more eyeshadow palettes. Let's go ahead and pull in some powders and maybe a single shadow or 2. For loose shadow, for a single shadow, I'm gonna go ahead and pull in one of these MAC ones. I think I'm gonna go for this one because I think this will go really well with the Pat McGrath palette. It's not that it would need anything to go with it, but let's pull in this one and maybe, how about one more? Do a loose one. This is the shade Mystery and this is by Bare Minerals. Now for powders, I do have a couple loose powders, so I do want to get a couple pressed powders. I remember that I loved this guy and I haven't used it in a while. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin, so I want to pull in this. For a finishing powder, I do want to pull in this Honest Beauty one. This is new to my collection. If you know Kinky Sweat, is it Kinky Sweat, her channel? I think so. Alicia from Kinky Sweat, this was a gift from her actually, so I do want to pull this guy in. And how about like a yellowish, well, do I need a yellowish shade? I think maybe that's it from here. Got finishing powder, pressed powder, 2 loose powders. I think I'm good. I think I don't need anything else from here. Though sometimes I like to set under my eye with a pressed powder and then go in with a loose one. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull in this NYX HD finishing powder. It's yellow. I like it under my eyes, so I'm gonna do that one. Okay, for bronzers, let's see. What have I not used in a while? Let's see this one. Too Faced Beach Bunny. I don't think I've used it in a really long time. Yeah, I haven't used it in a really long time. I'm gonna pull this in. And I also want to pull in, I really want to pull this guy in, the Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light. I think I really want to do that one. But yeah, I think I have some that I haven't used in quite some time. It would be better to just pull them and give them a shot. How about this guy, Model Co, and this is bronze. This is definitely an older item. I'd gotten it in a BoxyCharm. I remember I used to love it when I first got it. Ooh, still pretty nice and pigmented. I might skip highlighter palettes, although I do have that KYLIE one. I think I'll pull in the KYLIE one. I should have put those, I should have unboxed these, but I didn't. And then for single highlighters, I am gonna pull in that one by MAC Aladdin collection, and I do want to pull in the KYLIE highlighter palette, but maybe we'll pull in one highlighter from here. I want to do, maybe we should do a loose one. I don't usually reach for my loose ones. These both are by Bare Minerals. One is the shade Pure Radiance and one is Clear Radiance. Here's this, and then this one. Ooh, let's do this one. Looks really pretty. I'm gonna do this one, and I think that's it. I might pick out an eyeliner and a couple more lip products, but I'm gonna put everything back in the drawer, and then I'll show you how is it looking, and we'll do swatches. Okay, so I went ahead and put everything back in here, or reorganized the drawer. So let's go ahead and go through it real quick. For powders, I do have this guy, and this is Stay Matte by Rimmel. This isn't a project. That's the only reason it's in here. I kind of think maybe I should move it to where all my project pen items are, which they have their own little basket. So maybe I'll just go ahead and do that just to free up a little bit of space in here. So I'm gonna move it there. I still want to use it, get some more use out of it this upcoming 2 weeks. I was hoping this would, oh, I can put the powder in here now. This is too big. Okay. The finishing powder, I have the Honest Beauty finishing powder, and this is called Midnight Reflection, and it's called Luminizing Powder. It is a finishing powder. I cannot wait to try this guy out. It does look a little bit like a highlighter, but usually they're glowy. I like my finishing powders to be glowy. So there's that. For pressed powder, I do have the Maybelline Superstay. Better Skin. I love this guy, and this is in the shade 20 Classic Ivory. It's really, I love it to set my face with it. I do have the Huda Beauty baking powder, and this is in Pound Cake. I haven't opened this one yet. Yeah, it's not open yet. We're gonna have to crack into it. I put in the NYX HD finishing powder, and this is the shade Banana. I do love this guy for under my eyes, very brightening. And then the Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten in Golden Medium. My cat's saying hi. I think this is, well, it is a little bit on the dark side, but I think it might work with the Light Illusion foundation. Okay, next up for bronzers, I do have the Too Faced Beach Bunny bronzer. Okay, Luna, I know you want loves, but we're busy right now. So I have the Too Faced Beach Bunny. I don't think they still make this guy. I think it's discontinued now. I haven't played with it in a while. It's so beautiful. It has a really nice glow to it. I did go ahead and put in the KYLIE bronzer, and this is the shade Tequila Tan. I don't know if you watched my haul, and I did swatch this guy in the haul, and I thought it was a little bit light, but it looks like it would be good as for contouring. The other bronzer that I have is by MAC, and this is the Aladdin Your Wish Is My Command bronzer. This is a little bit deeper than, well, it's definitely deeper, so hopefully it's gonna work for my skin tone. I did have this palette in here, and I don't know if I'm gonna go ahead and keep it or not. It does have one more, it does have a bronzer in it. I remember when I bought this, I was obsessed with it. It's such a good palette. And this bronzer in here, it's kind of like a, see, it's kind of contour. It's cool tone, but not super cool tone. The blush in here is really beautiful. It's very peachy. And then the highlighter is really beautiful. So I think this is going to be on the side for now. After I go through all of this, we'll see if I'm going to go ahead and pull it in or not. For highlighters, I did pull in the Persona highlighter, and this is in the shade Zuma. Can't wait to play with this guy. Look how intense that is. That's insane. I do have the MAC Aladdin, and this is Always One Jump Ahead. So pretty too. There's that. It's more on the like yellow golden side. And another highlighter in here is the Bare Minerals loose highlighter, and this is Pure Radiance. Let's see what this guy looks like. Excuse my nails, they desperately need to be painted. Ooh, that is so pretty. I can't believe I haven't played with this in a long, long time. Doesn't fit in here. And again, I did pull in the highlighter palette by KYLIE. And we pulled in the Cover FX palette. Let's go ahead and do the Cover FX palette. It says 2 highlighters, but they're a little bit deep. So actually these are beautiful. Maybe we don't pull in the KYLIE this time around. Let's do the contour shade in here. Nice formula. And then the blush. Okay. Wow, impressive. And then they have a finishing powder, which I like that it's glowy, and this is a brightener. I think that's another highlighter. I wouldn't use that to set like my face or anything. And then the finishing powder. It's a pretty cool palette. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stick to this. I'm not gonna pull in the KYLIE palette this time around. We'll pull it in next time because I do want to get some more, like I want to get use out of the products in here, and having what, 3, 4, 5, 6 highlighters is a bit much. So we're gonna stick to this one. And then let me just show you real quick the KYLIE palette. Again, I did do swatches in my haul video, and I do have a giveaway going on. If you haven't entered the giveaway, go ahead and check that video. It's really pretty, but I think I have enough highlighters. This needs its own moment. And since I'm gonna pull this out, I am gonna go ahead and pull this one in just to have a little bit more options. So let's do blushes. For blushes, I have Rocketeur by Benefit. This is kind of like a neutral mauve blush. It's really beautiful. I remember when I first bought it, I was obsessed with it. I like used nothing else but this one. Let me do a better swatch. It's really pretty, very like suitable for every day. I'm gonna keep that, although I don't use it. And I did go ahead and pull in the MAC. I think this is like the Electric Wonder collection, and this is the shade Into Eternity. It's more like a blushy shade for me. So do swatch for that. So pretty. And let's do, ooh, can't get it out. Here we go. Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten in Tropic Hues. This is one that I received in BoxyCharm a long time ago when I had BoxyCharm. And then e.l.f. Luminous Blush in Radiant Peach. Ooh, very radiant. And then the last blush in here is the loose one by Bare Minerals, and this is the shade Luxury. Ooh, that's a very cool tone pink. Hopefully it works for my skin tone. I think I have quite a nice variety of blushes. These and then the 2 blushes that are in the palette. So I think I have a good variety. I think I will be good. Let's go ahead and move on. I guess this is the other bronzer, and maybe I should put it in the bronzer section. Bondi Bay by Nude Sticks. I did try, I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't wait, so I did try this guy and I really loved it. My hand is a little wet from the wipe. I really loved it, so I'm excited to play with it. I think I used it once, so I'm excited to play with it some more. Does it fit in here with the bronzers? It's okay like that. For concealers, I did pull in the IT Cosmetics Full Coverage e.l.f. Flawless Concealer, and then the L'Oreal one, which I think is going to be super light. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this guy, but I think it's going to be a little bit light. I do have these mascaras. One is by ColourPop and the Charlotte Tilbury, which I really did not like, but it's okay. For eyeliner, I pulled in the Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal and Barbarella Brown, which is just an intense brown. It's really pretty and it really worked real well in the waterline. It didn't smudge or anything. I do have the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. For single shadows, I pulled in this one by MAC. This is the Shiny Pretty Shadow, like the collection, and this is the shade Joy 2. It's beautiful, like purpley, silver, glittery shade. I might have to pull in like a glitter glue, which is okay. And then by Bare Minerals, I pulled in this shade. It's called Mystery. These used to be like, everybody used to talk about these, and I just haven't heard anybody talk about these loose shadows by Bare Minerals in a long time. Okay, let's see. I think this was the one that kind of had a shift to it. Oh, that was a horrible, horrible swatch. I think I'm gonna have to use glitter glue for this guy, or I have to wet my brush or something. But it's like a purple green shift. So there's this guy, and of course I have my MAC paint pot in here. We'll wait for till the end for lip products. I am gonna go ahead and declutter this AOA Studio brow pencil. It's not my favorite, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. Or I do have this brow pencil. The NYX is in a project, and I really like this one by Joa Beauty, so I'm gonna have these for brow pencils. And I do have the Essence I Heart Extreme Lashes mascara. I like that one. Foundation, the Flower Beauty Light Illusion in L4, and I do have the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation, and I do have the shade Golden Beige W048, if that makes any sense. Make It Last by Milani for setting spray. The other face primer thing is the Vitamin Enriched Face Base by Bobbi Brown. Maybe it fits in here. Okay, now for the fun part, let's go ahead and do eyeshadow palettes. I have 3 eyeshadow palettes in here, and they are having a hard time fitting. Here they are. Let's go ahead and start with Dream Street. This is the Kathleen Light collab with ColourPop. I did like it when I used it. Like I said, I haven't used it since I purchased it. So let's see. I'll just do a couple swatches. Okay, I think it's still formula is still pretty good, just like when I first bought it. So I'm looking forward to playing with that. I know it's a favorite of a lot of people. So there's this one. And from Pat McGrath, I do have the Mothership 3 Subversive. This just called my name. I bought it from Sephora store. I was able to swatch it, and compared to the other ones, this is the one that looked a lot more unique to what I have in my collection. Let's do a swatch of this color right here. I think I went in too heavy-handed. I want to do this purple, and then how about this guy? These are gorgeous. I cannot wait to play with this one. Can't wait to put it on my eyes. Maybe we should do a couple matte swatches. My hand is a little wet. I don't want to touch it and ruin my shadows. Let's do the black one. Actually, how about this brown one too? Ooh, feels so nice. Okay. Cannot wait to play with this palette. It's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning, and it's heavy duty. You don't want to hit someone on the head with this. And then the other palette that I just picked up from Sephora, for Memorial Day, they had them on half off, and I just couldn't believe it. I missed out on the platinum one. It sold out in like no time. I only was able to get this one. And let me show you what this guy looks like. This is La Vie en Rose, right? Yeah, La Vie en Rose. Look how beautiful this is. I think it's supposed to be complementary to the other one. Ooh, okay, let's do... I want to do these pops of colors, and then this one. That one did not swatch very well, but we'll have to see how it performs on the eyes. I cannot wait to play with these palettes, you guys. I'm so excited for them. And I think the only thing left for us to do is to do some lip swatches. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alrighty, for lips, I pulled in a lip liner for once. This is Rimmel, the Lasting Finish 1000 Kisses Stay On Lip Contouring Pencil. And I got it, I pulled in like one pinkish shade because I pulled in this guy, which is the MAC Aladdin collection in Whole New World. Look how pretty this lip color is. Ah, it's beautiful. I pulled in the Trustique primer in color in English Rose. Don't remember if I got this in BoxyCharm or what. Didn't do very good swatch. Hopefully it works well. I do like the magnetic closure on here. Look at this. From ColourPop I got a lipstick, and this is Lumiere, and it's a matte color. I don't know what I think of it. It's actually very creamy right now. Maybe I am gonna like it. I've used it a couple times before, but I don't know. And then from Bite Beauty, the shade Chai and shade Maple. This is Chai. This is a lot of people's favorite. I think this is the, ooh, this was birthday gift. And then here's Maple. Totally not what I think of when I hear the word maple. When I hear maple, I hear kind of like a creamy caramel color, that kind of shade. But hey, who am I to tell them how to name their shades? And then from Milani, Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumpers. Again, I have the shade Natural Luster. I don't know why I smelled it. Ooh, this is beautiful gloss. Kind of reminds me of the Fenty Beauty gloss, and I have to compare the two. And then Luminoso. Okay, very beautiful glosses, and cannot wait. I didn't pull in too many lip products this time because I really want to get some use out of these. All right, my friends, this is it for this Shop My Stash. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. And leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to enter my giveaway. Again, I'll have that video linked in the cards above and in the description box. It's still open. I don't have a whole lot of subscribers, so you definitely have a good chance of winning. And I think this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking all the way to the end. And subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.